A plea entered by the man accused of starting the Palisades Fire 9 months ago. Good evening once again, everybody. I'm Michael Brownlee.
And I'm Carolyn Johnson. Colleen is off tonight. That plea, not guilty. Prosecutors say Jonathan Rinderknecht started the fire on New Year's Day. It smoldered for days before it was reignited by powerful winds on the morning of January 7th. Investigative reporter Eric Leonard was in the courtroom when that plea was entered, and he joins us now live with the details. Eric.
Hi, Carolyn. Well, this was considered an initial appearance in court, even though Jonathan Rinderknecht had already been before a judge in Florida where he was arrested. The judge today accepted those pleas, also set some tentative dates for a trial. And we heard for the first time from Rinderknecht's defense lawyer, who says he believes his client is being scapegoated by the government.
Rinderknecht was dressed in a cream-colored jail jumpsuit, shackled at the feet and waist. The magistrate judge asked him if he understood the charges against him, and Rinderknecht entered a not guilty plea. He'll be held in jail until the trial, though his defense lawyer indicated he would ask to readdress the possibility of release on bail at another hearing. Rinderknecht was arrested earlier this month in Florida, where he'd been living with family members for months after he learned he was the focus of the investigation into the Palisades Fire. According to the criminal charges and the indictment, ATF agents say they have evidence that places him where a January 1st fire called the Lockman Fire started, and say they can prove the Palisades Fire that ignited 6 days later was caused by embers still smoldering from that first fire. Defense attorney Steve Haney says he doesn't buy that theory and plans to aggressively challenge all of the evidence the government says it has.
Their whole theory is that the Palisades Fire was a reignition of the Lockman Fire. Well, what about what happened between January 1st and January 7th? Jonathan wasn't out there with a fire hose putting that fire out at the Lockman location. The fire department was. So why are they blaming him?
So the judge here today set a tentative trial date for mid-December with some pretrial hearings next month in November. But in cases of this magnitude, complicated felonies, there's a good chance those dates will be delayed. The U.S. Attorney's Office, the federal prosecutors, has not said anything new since they announced the arrest and the initial charges, the federal arson charges, a couple of weeks ago. And the lawyers handling this case from the U.S. Attorney's Office left without any comment. Prosecutors have said there is still a possibility that some additional charges could be added before this case goes to trial. Live outside federal court in downtown L.A., I'm investigative reporter Eric Leonard, NBC4 News. Back to you.